In this video, we will find out which are the 7 fastest scooters in the world. Before you find out, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to receive notification of new content. Scooters are no longer considered comfortable vehicles limited to urban circulation, but thanks to powerful engines and profusion of technology, they are automatic motorbikes. We have made a list of the most powerful and fastest maxi scooters on the market. Perfect combination. Now, like the bikes, they have technological equipment that includes a Bluetooth connection, a TFT screen with incoming call display, a USB socket for recharging mobile devices. Basically, they combine the best of both worlds, the comfort and practicality of a scooter and the performance of a sports bike. But which are the sportier ones? Here they are below. BMW C600 and C650 Sport. In 2011, BMW was able to surprise the market by debuting in competitive urban mobility, with 2 sophisticated models, the 2 maxi scooters C600 Sport and C650 GT, 2 models that shared the engine but differed in aesthetics. In 2014, to comply with the Euro 4 anti-pollution legislation, it underwent technical interventions and the name changed to C650 Sport, although the engine still remained the 647 cubic centimeters twin-cylinder, and also the power remained 60 HP at 7,500 RPM and 66 Nm at 6,000 RPM, with transmission through an integrated CVT gearbox. Values that allowed the odometer needle to approach 180 km per hour. The C650 Sport aesthetically changes again in 2016, with a more modern design that gives it an even more aggressive appearance, but technically the data remains the same. The price for this latest generation has gone from €11,300 to €11,900. Honda Integra. The Golden Wing introduces the 6-speed Honda DCT dual-clutch transmission gearbox and mixes the motorcycle and scooter worlds, so everyone is a bit of one and a bit of the other. The Honda Integra scooter was launched in 2012 with a displacement of 700 cubic centimeters and evolved. In 2014, with the increase to 750 cubic centimeters, this model has its essence in its name. In fact, it represents the perfect integration between the performance, fun and safety of motorcycles and the comfort, protection and practicality of maxi scooters. It is fitted as standard with the 6-speed Honda DCT dual-clutch transmission and the twin-cylinder engine boasts a very generous delivery of torque and power from the lowest revs, a feature which also contributes to making it a champion of fuel efficiency. The first series had a power of 52 HP at 6,250 RPM and a torque of 62 Nm at 4,750 RPM, values which rose respectively to 55 HP and 68 Nm with the passage to the higher engine capacity, maintaining. On the other hand, the engine revolutions. A motorcycle engine on a scooter chassis, it was no surprise that the needle reached 175 km per hour. Honda Xadv. The development of the DCT continues and Honda creates the maxi scooter subcategory, i.e., the crossover scooters, because the Honda Xadv is always that part motorcycle and part scooter, but not just for the city or medium/long range. In fact, it has all the chassis qualities for tackling off-road trails, such as long travel suspension, 17 and 15-inch spoked rims, a maxi enduro braking system with 2 310mm floating front discs and 4-piston radial calipers, and 2-cylinder ABS channels. The first generation was presented at EICMA 2016, with a 745 cubic centimeters twin-cylinder engine, the same as the Integra and therefore with a 6-speed DCT dual-clutch transmission, sequential gearbox, but inserted in a resistant steel frame. Equipped with a power of 55 HP at 6,250 RPM and a torque of 68 Nm at 4,750 RPM, just like the Integra. The following year, the second generation did not change the torque and power values but gained HSTC traction control, Honda Selectable torque control, with 2 disengageable levels, G-mode for off-road use and increased over-revving, 900 RPM plus 7,500 RPM, with the limiter moved higher when using the gearbox in manual mode. The third, latest and current 2021 generation of the Xadv is Euro 5 approved and increases in power and torque, 58.6 HP at 6,750 RPM and 69 Nm. At 4,750 RPM, throttle-by-wire is introduced with 5 riding modes and 4-level traction control. Very useful driving assistance systems for a vehicle capable of reaching 180 km per hour. Thanks to a new frame, it is also 2 kg lighter, all to the advantage of handling. As with the bikes, the Xadv now also has a 5-inch TFT display that includes smartphone connectivity, with the Honda smartphone voice control system. The crossover scooter shares the engine with the GT Forza 750 Maxi scooter, replacement of the Integra, which just a few months after its debut this spring took home a prestigious award such as the Red Dot Award for its design. The technological equipment of the Forza includes HSTC, Honda Selectable Torque Control, traction control, DCT dual-clutch automatic transmission, throttle-by-wire throttle control with 4 riding modes, 3 predefined, 1 customizable, full LED lights, Honda connectivity, smartphone voice control, USB Type-C socket and start with smart key. The 2 Japanese scooters have a price list that starts at €12,490 and €11,790 respectively, depending on the version. Suzuki Burgman 650 Executive. In a world of maxi scooters that compete with whoever has the most, the Suzuki Burgman 650 Executive arrives. A real maxi scooter, the flagship of the Burgman family, produced in various engine sizes. The definition of big scooter suits it due to its size, which makes it comfortable for the rider and passenger, but more suitable for travel and journeys on the ring road and motorway than for circulating in city traffic. Suzuki's designers didn't want a model more valued for its aesthetics than for its functionality. Equipped with a 638 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled twin-cylinder engine with injection, it delivers a maximum power of 55 horsepower at 7,000 RPM, and a maximum torque of 62 Nm at 5,000 RPM. The saddle justifies the name Executive, because it is very wide and comfortable for the driver and the passenger, who can also count on 2 backrests and a compartment under the saddle that can easily accommodate 2 full-face helmets. On request it is. It is possible to request the heated saddle by zone, front, rear or both, and also the grips. Last gem, the electrically foldable rear-view mirrors. The Executive also in the price, over €10,000. Yamaha TMax. We could talk about it for hours, we should dedicate an entire article to it. When we talk about maxi scooters we obviously think of him, the Yamaha TMax, the king of maxi scooters, the sporty scooter par excellence, the undisputed bestseller which this year celebrates its 20th anniversary. Presented in 2000, it was launched in 2001, equipped with a 499 cubic centimeters twin-cylinder engine, with a power of 43.5 HP at 7,500 RPM and a torque of 45 Nm, at 6,500 RPM. The turning point came in 2012 with the 5th generation. The volume increases to 530 cubic centimeters, the power to 47 HP at 6,750 RPM, and the torque leaps to 52.3 Nm at 5,250 RPM. The current generation of the TMax is equipped with a liquid-cooled twin-cylinder, Euro 5 approved, 562 cubic centimeters, which delivers 47 HP at 7,500 RPM and 55.7 Nm at 5,250 RPM in a motorcycle-style chassis. The design has always evolved, always maintaining a common thread with the original version, emphasizing the sporty soul from generation to generation, also demonstrated by the 160 km per hour top speed. But it doesn't forget that it's a scooter. So the TMax 20th anniversary was equipped with an electrically adjustable windscreen, heated saddle and grips, cruise and traction control, 2-level mapping, TFT display. The fork is motorcycle type, with 41 mm upside-down stems, while the rear suspension is progressive and adjustable. Naturally, equipment and emblem have a price that Yamaha has quantified at €15,900. Galera GP800 and Aprilia SRV 850. But if you think you've already seen it all with German and Japanese scooters, maybe you forgot about 2 meteors that hit the market quickly, not because of the maximum speed they were capable of reaching, but because of the lack of commercial success. In the race for the primacy of displacement and performance, passed from hand to hand every time a new model was presented, we all stopped to admire the Galera GP800, whose name was a declaration of intent with its 839 cubic centimeters real engine capacity and power. 74.8 HP at 7,250 RPM and 76.4 Nm at 5,750 RPM, put it out of competition, together with a weight of 245 kilograms and a top speed close to 200 km per hour. Values that made him unbeatable in GT but penalized him when he arrived in the city. The Piaggio Group, not satisfied, decided to clone the engine, making it available also for the Aprilia SRV 850. Which despite the same displacement was even more powerful thanks to the power of 76.1 HP at 7,750 RPM, and a torque of 76.4 Nm at 6,000 RPM. The design recalled that of the RSV4 Superbike, with the double front light, while the chassis is in common with the Galera GP800. The motorcycle contamination for these two hyper-scooters is more evident than on other scooters. Steel trellis double cradle frame, independent, aluminum swing arm controlled by a hydraulic monoshock and fork with 41 mm stems, 16, front wheel and rear 15, with tires measuring 120/70 and 160/60, 160. A power of this capacity required a Brembo Serie Oro braking system, with a double 300 mm disc on the front and a single one on the rear, but with a generous circumference of 280 mm. The other important value for customers is that of the price, around €9,500 for the Galera GP800, a little more for the Aprilia RSV 850. Which in any case remained in line with the competition. But perhaps more than the cost, it was the cylinder capacity power torque triad. No one had ever dared so much before and no one else has come close yet. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and click on the bell to receive notification of new content.